Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I believe this is our third social hour for the fall 2024 semester. Today, I am joined with Stella, who is from the CSTEP program here on campus. And Stella is going to tell us all about the Collegiate Science Technology Entry Program that Molloy has to offer and all the wonderful support systems that the program has in place for so many of our different science, health related fields that we have here on campus. And as we all know, Molloy has a lot of them. So I'm really excited to learn more about the program, everything that it has to offer. And then for the students joining us today, maybe you have questions or want to learn more about how you can join as well. And Stella will be happy to address those questions. So Stella, thank you again for joining us today.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Carter, for the invitation to talk about CSTEP and all the wonderful things that we're doing in our program. I can see that I recognize some of the names, so I know that some of our members are in the meeting. As you may know, the CSTEP is a New York State grant-funded program. And our purpose is to increase the number of students from underrepresented and economically disadvantaged students majoring in STEM and health-related fields. So to be eligible for CSTEP, you need to be in one of these majors. The majority of our students are nursing. We have biology, communication science disorders, allied health students, we have psychology, social work, computer science. So that's the first requirement to be in the program, belonging to one of these majors and also being a full-time student. We offer academic support services and financial assistance. So we are all the time busy. During the summer, when a lot of people is having a break and are on vacation, we are working in our summer research program. And this is one of our biggest programs in CSTEP. What we do is that students work alongside faculty mentors in a research program. Over the summer, they are gaining research skills and they get paid as well. This summer, we have 26 students working in 10 different projects. We have biology, chemistry, communication science disorders projects, and a student can apply to work in any of them, not necessarily in the same major that they are. So that's one of our biggest programs. We have coming at the end of this month, the colloquium, and that's where they present their work to families, to family and friends. So that's one of our things, one of the programs that we have. But we also provide academic support, not just working with the tutoring center, but also providing additional instruction on certain hard courses like anatomy and physiology. And during the summer, we offer freshmen transition, a bridge program, where they review biology, chemistry, and math in preparation for their first semester. And the instructors are Molloy faculty, so students get familiar with how they work, and the transition is a lot easier, or we try to make it easier for them. For the freshmen, we also offer a mentorship program. We pair them with upperclassmen in CSTEP, like a big brother, big sister kind of system, and they can get advice from them on different topics, from study skills to registration. So it's a good way to support our freshmen too. We have workshops throughout the year in different things. We go from financial literacy to, for example, stress management workshops. We work with the Career Center in interview skills and resume writing. So there is always something for everyone. We have career panels, also trying to provide the students with the opportunity to hear from professionals in the field about their career paths and how is the day-to-day job, and guiding them a little more about the outlook on their careers and what options they have once they graduate. Please feel free if you have any questions to, I don't know, I see in the chat, maybe. Oh, that's just the introduction. Okay. I don't know, Dr. Carter, how's the system? We can take the questions in the chat, or
Yeah, either way, if you want to unmute or if you want to type your question in the chat, we are more than happy to take any questions.
okay.
I might ask for a first year student, if they're interested in maybe joining CSTEP, what would be their first step?
Right. Very good. And I see, for example, we have Diana. Hi, Diana. She's one of our freshmen, and she did the Cornerstone program in August. I don't know if you want to maybe add a little bit, because sometimes it's much better when the students hear from the students. It sounds a little dry when I say it, but I'm sure that Diana maybe can tell us a little bit. How was your experience with the Cornerstone program?
It was a lot of fun. Mostly, I would get there and we would start learning about chemistry and math. It was statistics, which I have to take later, biology, and in bio we learned a lot about anatomy, which I hadn't talked about before. And at the end of the first week, we did a lot about learning how to manage your stress and all about college life in general. I made a bunch of friends there and I still talk to them today. One of them, we have a bunch of classes together, and I feel like it really helped prepare me because it was just a lot of basic info that I still use in my classes right now. And we got lunch. So it was you were definitely learning, but it definitely felt more like a social thing because it helped me get adjusted to interacting with other students in my major and outside of my major as well, because now I have a lot of nursing friends, which I wouldn't have met otherwise.
Thank you very much, Diana. That is true. One of the biggest things that we try to emphasize is the importance of networking, meeting friends, and you would be amazed the friendships, how long they last and how much they can help each other. So we do a lot of social activities, like we had the ice cream social. We have a holiday dinner coming in December. It seems like December is right around the corner for some reason. Halloween is here. So we do these social activities, trying to create opportunities for students to network. Besides this, we also fund the students to attend conferences. For example, in the spring, we have one student that attended the Talks Expo in Utah. We had 3 students who went to the New England Symposium in Boston. We have one student who went to an environmental science conference in Maine. And with a group of 8 students, we went to the National Conference for College Women Students Leaders in the University of Maryland. And that was a great, great experience for our students. Not just because the workshops were very interesting, were a lot in women's issues and leadership, but also they interact with a lot of students nationwide. So there are always opportunities like this for our students. Now, on the financial aspect, we don't provide financial aid, we do provide financial assistance. So students in the program receive textbook stipends once per semester. They receive a stipend for traveling to clinicals or internships, depending of, how many times per week they go, what are the places where they go. And we also, in your senior year, we provide students with the stipend for the license exams or the entrance exams. For NCLEX, if you're nursing, for the GRE or the LSD, SAT, or for the MCAT. So that's another of the benefits of joining CSTEP. I think that's in general what we do. I mean, we also do, for example, community service. So we have the day of service where we go to, usually we go to a middle school and we bring faculty, volunteers, and students in CSTEP that volunteer to conduct workshops in STEM for these middle schoolers. It's a great event. It's nice to see, and inspire these young students to go in a STEM field. So that's basically what we do. Right now, we have 175 students. So yes, and the goal of the program is 167. So our budget is made for 167. We're over a little bit. We always go a little bit over the goal. But if you want to join CSTEP, you can apply for it as soon as we have spots available, we try to get more students in. So I'm gonna share with you our QR code. Let's see. Can you see it? So if you want to apply, this is the QR code. You also can find the application in our webpage and CSTEP in the Molloy website. All the information is there about the benefits and the application.
We can't see the QR code. Your
No?
screen is.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's okay. There we go.
Okay.
Now we see it. Yes. So you can use that. So if they scan that with their phones, it'll bring them to the application page.
Yes.
Okay. And then how long does it usually take after students apply where they would hear back from someone from the program?
No more than a week.
Oh, okay. That's great.
Right now, I do everything. Next week, we're gonna have an administrative assistant, but usually no more than a week. We would let you know if you are accepted into the program or what are the next steps.
And Stella, is there an office that CSTEP is out of? And can students just drop in to ask other students questions? Or if you're in the office, can they ask you questions? And where are you located?
Yes, thank you. Yes, my office is in the Casey building in the lower level, room 6. And we have a small lounge in 6A. That's another perk of being in CSTEP. We have a lounge where we keep snacks and drinks for our students. Sometimes they're here the whole day studying, and we have available drinks and snacks. And my office is always open. Students can come in and anytime. We're happy to see them. And they can bring new students, or any student can stop by if they have any questions.
And now for our first year students, are they usually, do they start with internships and research? Can they begin as early as their first, obviously, I guess their first summer going into their second year? Is that something they're allowed to register for?
Yes, they can do,
Great.
they can apply for the summer research program even if they are freshmen. Yes. We have actually a lot of freshmen this year in the summer program.
That's great.
What does that entail, Stella, the summer research program? Do you have to be a biology or a nursing student?
No, they can apply from any major, and they don't have necessarily to work in a project from their major. We have nursing students working in biology projects. We have, I have a psychology student working in a communication science disorder project. And as long as their schedule is compatible with the faculty mentor, that's fine. Yeah, because we have some faculty mentors that prefer to work in 1 month, like for example, in June only. Some are more flexible and they can work to July. So it depends of every faculty mentor. They only had to put 70 hours of work, and part of those 70 hours is a research boot camp that we have at the beginning of the summer. And those hours count toward those 70 hours. So it's not a hard goal to put 70 hours in. Because we understand that some students also work. Or they have plans for vacation. As long as we can adjust it to the faculty schedule, it's fine.
That's great. It's such a great opportunity for the students to really immerse themselves into a research project. I think that's such a great undergraduate experience. So
Right.
does anybody in any of our students who joined us, do you have any questions, maybe information on how to get started, or? Oh, there we go. We have one in the chat. Jessica asks, can you go into further detail on CSTEP aid in transportation to clinicals?
Well, what we have is we post an application for our students to get the stipend, and then they had to fill out, how many times per week they are going to the clinicals, what's the site where they're going, and we have a table depending on the number of days and things like that. I can say exactly the amount is the same like textbook stipends. Because it depends on the number of students that apply for it and the budget that we have. So we try to distribute it, for the both semesters, in spring and fall.
And one thing I always love that CSTEP does is so many of their networking, whether they're bringing alumni or professionals in the fields. So I didn't see anything posted yet this semester, but what are some events going on maybe this semester that the students can come and maybe check out some of those networking or talks or panel discussions that CSTEP usually hosts, which they're great. They really are such great networking events on campus.
Right. On October 17 at 3:30 in the afternoon, we have a nursing alumni roundtable with Joshua Hernandez. He has been with us in previous career panels, and students have the opportunity to ask him, any questions, like from NCLEX to applying for jobs, how's his day-to-day job, like what kind of things he has to do, how was his, he talked even last time about his first experience, his first job. So that's coming on October 17. In November, we have a workshop on understanding credit. That is in November 12th. And we have, well, the colloquium is also on October 25th. And we have a holiday dinner on December 5th and December 10th, that is a Tuesday, we have a stress management workshop. So we always have something for everyone. Of course, we have a lot of things for nursing because that's the majority of our students, but a lot of our events are good for everyone, for anyone.
That's great. That's a lot of really nice events and a big group of students, support, peer mentors, friends, as Diana had mentioned earlier.
Yes. I always think of CSTEP as a big family. So where all the students support each other, we try to make those connections and help each other, really.
That's great.
And Stella, can you tell us the criteria to be a CSTEP student?
Yes, to be a CSTEP student, first is to be one of the majors that are eligible. The list is I think the link is in our webpage, but it also is in the New York State Department of Education website. And to be a full-time student with a minimum of 12 credits, and they could be also or financial disadvantage or qualify under financial disadvantage or by ethnicity, being Hispanic or African American. Do we have any other questions?
That's really great. Do we have any questions from the students joining us today? I think that QR code will be very helpful. And of course, Stella, if you want to put your email in the chat,
Sure.
or the CSTEP email, it doesn't have to be your direct email, but if there's a way that the students can contact you if they want more information, or Diana, if you are willing to share your, sometimes a peer-to-peer connection is really helpful as well. She sounds like she's a champion for the program, so we love that.
We also have an Instagram account that
Yes.
is handled by our ambassadors. We have 6 ambassadors, and you can ask them anything. They're experts and they promote the program very well for our nursing and to our biology.
Yes, if you want to share the Instagram handle, I'm sure the students, that's probably the best way that they would connect. It's really great.
I just want to add for the ambassadors, I've talked to them before and they're really great people and they've helped me a lot. And they've definitely I was really stressed out for my first bio exam because it was my first exam in college, and they helped me work through that and what I had to study. So they're great people. And one question that I had was, for the research, do we have to apply somewhere, or is that just first come first serve, talk to Stella kind of thing?
We usually have an info session in March. We collect the projects and the faculty that is going to participate in between March and the beginning of April, and then we post the application form. So anyone that is in the program can apply. And we try to pair the students with the faculty mentors. Students can request to work with a certain faculty mentor, but we try to match everyone. You know, it's sometimes doesn't work that way. We tried to make it work, but any student can participate and apply. Thank you, Diana. I think you're going to be our next ambassador. Ambassador served for 1 year. So next spring, we will be posting the applications for ambassadors. I'm sure that you will do a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, Stella, for joining us today for our social hour. Some great conversation. Hopefully everyone learned a little bit of information about the program and know where to go to get more information. Stella is a great member of our Molloy community and certainly supporting our students. So we're very thankful for your work with CSTEP and especially introducing our first year students to all that the program has to offer. We will be back. I don't know if we have a meeting next week, but oh no, where it's fall break. So we do not have a social hour next week. It will be the week after. But thank you everyone for joining us. Oh, sorry. There's my phone going off. Apologies, my phone was ringing. Thank you everyone for joining us and check back next time. Look in your email. We'll send out a flyer for our next event. So have a great afternoon, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Kare. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. Have a great afternoon.